Okay, we are back with more World Cup action. In the group stage, France against Canada. The score is 4-love going into game 5 here. And we have this board, which is exciting because there's dominate on it. Source of a lot of VP. Usually when it's on the board, you want to build for it. To me, looks like something with Governor. Looks like something with Governor. It also looks like something that'll end very quickly. Governor plus dominate plus salt of the earth, not salt of the earth, salt the earth, salt the earth. Could take green cards out of the supply very easily. There's also ambassador around which could do that. So the game has potential to end rather quickly. But we'll see where we could go from here. Obviously, the start is with ambassador and something. So I'll go through the turns as they play them here and then talk a little bit later. So Shayla goes for ambassador and silver, which is fine. Emeric also, not also, but he goes for Ambassador and Ratcatcher, which is also fine. 6 for Shayla off the back of the silver means as a governor buy. That's excellent, excellent news for her. And she's able to pick up a Ratcatcher here. Now 4 for Emeric, he goes for Advisor, which is decent too, because there's Prince on the board. You Prince and Advisor is very nice. Another Ratcatcher for Shayla here, and her draws have been very, very nice to her at this point in the game. The ambassador not missing the shuffle, getting rid of a couple of estates, a couple of rat catchers in the deck now. Here she draws with the governor. So a bit I wasn't sure whether or not you to draw there. Had she seen the ambassador here, that'd have been a beautiful draw. Beautiful draw. She didn't, and she bought a gold, and this I didn't like. I didn't like the gold. Look, man, you have governor. Governor against the gold fee. You could have just purchased another governor. Even Margrave there, I felt was better. Our second advisor for Emeric here. And up until that goal by, I thought Shayla was ahead in the game here. And here, so a bit of technical thing here. There, you just call Ron Ratcatcher, use the ambassador to ship off 2 coppers. So you could call the second Ratcatcher on this hand, bust the estate down. Just a little more efficiency with your trashing, right? Just a little bit more efficiency. No, this goal is really a humbug. That could have drawn her 3 cards there. Maybe gone back around, found the ambassador, shipped things off, you know. Margrave there is fine as well. There's a nice Governor Margrave interaction, but purchasing that gold, I felt let Emeric come back into the game a little bit here. Not that he was totally out of it from the beginning, but Sheila definitely had really, really good draws and capitalized on them quite well. So, Governor play followed by a Margrave play here leaves her with 8 and a couple buys. Not ideal because the Ambassador is drawn dead and you really want to get that out of your deck. Emmerich is starting to hit back maybe a little bit ahead on the deck size battle here. What do you do with 8? What do you do with 8? Well, I was thinking something like, okay, look, just go Governor, Ratcatcher again. Governor is a very, very important card on this board. It can remodel gold into provinces, into princes also, which is a far more efficient means to gain a prince. So, okay, one, there's the matter of buying prince versus gaining prince, and secondly, she has no targets in her deck for the prince. The only target is the ambassador, which you see here, and that is not really something you want to do. That's that's a very slippery slope you're running down there if you decide to go prince of ambassador. However, at the position she's at in the game, if you notice last turn, Emeric was able to drop everything with his deck. She maybe has to do that just to be able to play that ambassador every single turn to clean up her deck. She goes for it, the Prince of the Ambassador, which, look, for the next 2, 3, 4 turns isn't crazy. But after that, you have, a lot of hard decisions to make there. Maybe not so hard sometimes, but sometimes. Anyway, so Emmerich, he's been buying a couple silvers, which I get, right? But then he buys a gold here, which I don't get. Again, I feel like that should be Governor or Margrave, one of the two. Oh, he bought a Margrave, never mind. But he had a gold from before, and I don't get why you would buy a gold when you could buy a Governor that gains gold for you. Buy the goose. Anyways, he has the Margrave now. Um, and Sheila gets an advisor here. He is winning deck size battle, so at this point, I really thought he was ahead. He purchases a prince here, which is what I thought the gold was for. Right? Like, okay, maybe like he wants to put a prince down on an advisor and then go from there. Again, like I said, buy a few governors, turn a gold into a prince, you get your prince. You don't have to, waste a whole turn buying gold and then another turn buying prince. You could even remodel into prince, draw that prince, and set it aside all in one turn. That's efficiency, right? That is efficiency. So the Prince Ambassador is doing some work. For Shaila is doing some work. Still has some work to do. There's four couples there. Nine and a couple buys. And I believe she goes for another Prince here. A little bit scary because, again, the only target in her deck is this one advisor. It's obviously less scary for Emeric. His deck is thinner, meaning Prince and Advisor collide more easily, and he has multiple copies of Advisor. I think Shaila just has the one here. Just has the one advisor. So yes, she has to hope to get lucky here to find that prince with that advisor. That isn't always gonna happen. However, it happens. And that's exactly what she needs to stay alive and well in this game here. So the prince comes down on the advisor, and that'll give her not just an extra couple cards at the start of her turn, but more importantly, the action. So she can play her Margrave whenever she likes and then still continue her turn. Another gold there, I'm not a fan of it, of course. Like I said, Governor is the key card here, the power card. Just smash that pile down. Smash it down and then see how to play the end game between buying provinces, remodeling provinces, buying dominate, and salting the earth. Very, very tricky. And not just that, with also Ambassador in the mix. So Emeric, he's able to draw his entire deck here. He's put down a prince on the what's it called advisor, but he's very late to the party with respect to the governors. So he's just about there with the governors. He just purchased one is what I'm trying to say here. However, Shayla has been reaping the benefit of having that governor for a long, long time, much longer than Emeric. And the deck state shows it here, I believe, because the governor, it accelerates the game so much. I've never seen, or I don't think there's any card that accelerates, makes a game, well, no, that's not true, Donate does it, but it makes the game go very, very quickly, the governor pile, just because of how rapidly it can gain gold, draw it back up, remodel province all in one turn. All in one turn. Ordinarily, that would take two turns. You buy a gold and then the next turn you remodel it. That's something more traditional. But Governor does it in one, which speeds things up a lot here. So she opts to gain a gold here with the Governor, which is fine, whatever. But more importantly, look, I agree there. Purchase the Governor. Purchase the Governor. She goes for a Courtier here, which is fine. Emeric also has a Courtier, but I don't think I'll be buying Courtiers over Governor, especially given that, look, Margrave is there for the plus buy. What do you want the Courtier for? To gain gold? Well, look, the Governor does that for you anyway. Also, it's a bit awkward with Shayla's Courtier because she's locked away one of her dual type cards on her prince. So she has to hope that she sees the Courtier before the Margrave to get both benefits, or to get two benefits out of it rather than just the one. Because I believe the Margrave is the only card. So here, the only card with dual types in her deck. Here, she has to use the Courtier for just one. Well, not true. After she puts the rat catchers on the mat, right? But eventually those will sit on the mat. You won't see them again. And then in this case, were there no rat catchers, you would just have to take either gold or plus buy off of the Courtier. So she thinks for a bit here, but eventually goes for gold and buy with the Courtier, I believe, and then draws up the gold, or the gold from the governor anyway. So this should be coins and buy. So as to not top deck a gold. You don't really want to do that, especially considering you've printed an ambassador. There are three coppers in the deck. You have to hope that you see one in your hand all the time. So a very nice thing is happening for Emeric here with the Margrave. When he plays it, sends Shayla down to a 3-card hand, and then she's forced to use ambassador on something. So here she has 20 bucks and she's gonna start pressuring the province pile, which I think is absolutely the correct thing to do. You punish your opponent for taking too long to build up. So dominate and buy an ex-governor and keep putting pressure on the pile. Gold instead for shaila. However, the approach towards the end game here, I think, is the correct thing to do. Your opponent only has one governor. It seems like he might be trying to build up to double dominate here. I'm not sure, but that is just so much money. It's a stupid amount of money. That's $28. That's 9 gold and a little bit extra and a courtier, for example. You have to draw 9, 10 cards just to do that, just to double dominate. Well, in the time you spend building up to get 2 dominates, I'll empty the provinces, is what your mentality should be, and is what I think her mentality is here at this point. Absolutely correct. Emery goes for governor here. Purchases a governor. He didn't go after any green there, so he is setting himself up for a bit bigger grab of the VP later on into the game. So here's the instance where the courtier shows up and has to just be used for one benefit, which is, a little bit sad. You always, well, not always, but you would prefer to have 2 benefits rather than just the one. But she makes the choice of plus buy here, which I think is absolutely correct. 22, $6 short of double dominate, but still short, and she goes for dominate and province. Now look, at this point in the game, you should perhaps start looking at ways that the game might end. You have governor to remodel provinces. You have salt the earth, and you can easily get 8 and 2 buys here. You've been getting 22 and 3 buys. 8 is no problem for you, even after you remodel with governor. Um, and there's ambassador as well to, put a province into your opponent's deck. She has a comfortable lead, a 36-point lead. So definitely something worth considering here, the end game. Is it possible for me to end the game? What would it take for me to end the game? What combination of cards would allow me to do so? Do I need to see those cards in a particular order? There goes Dominate finally for Emeric. So he's getting in on the points here. In on the points. RTT points out in the chat here that she could have a win on this turn if she draws nicely. Unfortunately, she doesn't. Um, you could have taken a chance there and shipped that province across with the ambassador. I'm not doing that personally. Seeing that hand, there's no guarantee that the next 3 cards from the governor would have been any good. So I think she did what I would have done in that position. Just put a copper across, dominate one more time. The gap in VP is massive at this point. It's 35 points. I think Emeric needs to triple dominate or double dominate province to win this game, and he just doesn't have that much money. There's no way to draw that much money on this board, especially when half the governors are in the stack still. He does have a second Margrave, and he's managed to print another advisor, which helps him with the draw, but it's slow because he's been buying the princes. Had he been remodeling into the princes and maybe drawing them back up on the same turn, that saves time. That saves time. So we're down to 3 provinces in the stack, I believe. No, Emmerich just has the one, but here he's in a bit of a tricky position. He comes up with 23. He has to kind of dominate there and buy a duchy and hope shaila stalls, but 2 provinces should be really, really easy for her. She already has one in hand here. Just, turn that gold into a province and win. Just turn the gold into a province and win. Here she sends a governor across to him. I would have sent that gold just because it's a stop card and causes some problems. But there she had the win, but she drew on with the governor. She could have remodeled into province, bought province. Here again, she has enough money to buy the win. She misses the win. Double province wins here. Instead, she goes for the dominate play. Sorry, I shouldn't say she misses the win. Right? She did miss the win. She wanted to assert dominance, right? She wanted to, strike fear into the heart of Emeric before the 6th game so that she would come out on top. So this is what she's trying to do here. Assert dominance by dominating so many times. But no, seriously, like if you have a win, take it. Take it. So there, she didn't manage to find the win, or one of the 2 wins that I saw anyway. But the points difference is big enough that it doesn't really matter. He needs 34 points to even draw the game. And where is he getting 34 points from? I think that's dominate and 7 duchies. No, that's not happening. Not with the amount of governors he has. No way. No way that's happening. So regardless, I think she should be in a good position. And here, look, this is already enough money to just salt the earth and win. So yeah, the ending here was tricky. You had to really, really take your time and be careful and say, okay, look, salt can help me, ambassador can help me, governor can help me. You know, four provinces flying out of the pile on one turn. That's not crazy at all. That's well within the bounds of reason for a game like this. Well within reasonable, you know, it's feasible is what I'm saying. It's not unreasonable to expect that would be the case. So Emeric goes for last ditch effort here, grabbing as many duchies as he can. This will be double duchy and something, but it doesn't matter because she could salt it and win it. But she tries to go for the dominant win, but doesn't quite get there. Ends up just buying the province for the win here. So uh, Canada on the board here, 4-1. 4-1 Canada on the board. Thanks, Shayla, for that. Very nice game here with the governors and dominate on the board, of course. Swift ending is possible here. Very, very swift ending, and comes out of an ambassador opening here. I could see both Ambassador Silva and Ambassador Ratcatcher. I probably would have gone Ambassador Ratcatcher, honestly. But the Silva worked out very well for her. And as usual, left my notes coming up here, so you can have a look at that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in game 6.